Yo, the waiting is over. Yeah. Look, they say boxing is a dead sport. Ashes to ashes, like trash in the alley. But cashes is cashes, which means we could compete. As long as I got breath in my lungs and my 2 feet and a strong heartbeat, we could rumble, young man. Put the gloves in your hands. The talking is over. All that we were arguing over is over. We could sit in silence before the noise and the roars and arena doors open. Before we throw hands, we satisfy the demands. This is for the fans, my legacy, my little mans who looked up at me like that. You're about to hurt them bad. Yo, this shit is serious. The big fish and the fisherman, the old man in the sea. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we consider silence. But before you all see the violence and the bloodshed, we consider silence. Up off that. Yeah. Yes. Up off. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. Yep. It's Taco Tuesday, baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz The Adult. All right, man, look at who we have here. I think I'll say what today? Taco Tuesday, all day, every day. Let me see. Who do we have up in here? Let me see. Hold on. There you go. $1 Trillion Dreams. He said, I'll pick Bud by KO, but not by murder. So the eye test does work. I'm not sure if anyone said eye test didn't work. I was just saying, do you guys base it off the eye test? EJ will never be the same. No need for rematch. All hail King Bud. Oh, shit. The real face of boxing. Oh, here we go. It's a crow buffet, a crawl buffet on the corner of YouTube and Buyers Boost. Oh shit. $1 trillion. A crow buffet. I didn't know that was an A or O. Okay, what else we got? Let me see. Robinson Guerrera. What's going on with you? Let me see. Bud is truly the big bad wolf, pound for pound king. Whoops. All right, man. Look, first I want to say this. Welcome to the Taco Tuesday, everybody. I know you guys want to get your shit off. I do have the giveaways, right? These the shirts that I wore, that I bought, and I autographed them all. Okay, you guys, in the poll, you say you guys would like that for me to give away the shirts that I bought and autograph them. This one is autographed right in the middle of the face. And also Aqua Bud autographed as well. I'll be giving those away. Let me know which one you guys want, if you want it. No, only if you want it. All right, only if you want it. Yes, I really want it. Autograph, just say, look, which shirt you want. The Aqua Bud, the Smoke in the Bud pack, right? The Strap Season shirt. Let me know which one you want in the comments or the chat. Just let me know. And I'll be giving those away. Let me see. This is going to be your day. Victor has defeated. Oh, yes, I wonder. What were you shooting on before throwing them for the balloon? Biz. Buzz said, I wondered what would break first, your spirit or your body? If it was definitely his body. Errol Spence spirit is crazy. If there's a rematch, we're literally watching the big fish rise the script. Oh, the big fish. Hilarious. And that's the Black to August. Let me see what else you guys got to say. Look, today today is going to be your day. You guys going to definitely want to, come in and say we have to say. Make sure you guys hit the like. Let's get the likes up. And you guys know what to do. Close out the chat, hit the like, and give it up for the Varnell Hill Podcast.
With a laugh under the cabbage patch. She's a pretty lady, and then sign some autographs. The Varnell man can boing boing.
Hit the Tyson Bell. Let me see. Tim Butler. Yes. My man Tim Butler in the house. Sully. Hold on, Sully. Let me ask you this, Sully. What the hell? What the hell are we waiting?
Everything is what it seems to me.
Let me see. Who else we got? Kevin. He said, I thought we were getting our king to open this up. No, this is about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. So we're still, that's the last time you guys want to hear that song until I release those songs on Tidal. So just one more again, since that's what this is about. I usually make the intro about the subject matter. Let me see. Show Bum, the adult, you're a clown. Errol Spence is a goofy. Okay, I'll help you. I'm just going to ban you. Just leave, bro. If you have that much disrespect for me and you don't respect what we do and you don't respect Errol Spence, don't respect the fighters, don't respect boxing, you shouldn't be on my platform. Let me see. Hit the Tyson Bell. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Let me see. Morning, kings and queens. It's Taco Tuesday. You doing, B? How you doing, B? It's much love, bro. Legendary fight. Yo, Adrian. Fight week last week. Great. And, it's one of the greatest. All right, but 2 blowouts. 50-50 fights, Inoue Fulton, 50-50 fight, Bud Crawford, Errol the True Spence. Let me see, one legendary performance. Both. I think Errol should train with Jamel more in Houston to work on his speed and footwork. We'll talk about all that. Let me see. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Let me see. Not long ago, I stated that you were the promoter that boxing needed. Thank you. Based on the reception at the fight, I was proven correctly. Keep it up. You were there. Thank you so much, my brother. The love was crazy. I mean, everywhere. Me and Ms. Biz coming to the arena and just in a raft everywhere. The stands. Yo, ShowBizz. It was so much love. The arena was the war room. Hit the Tyson Bell for yourselves. Okay, I mean, fantastic. And I love what you said there because I'm like, yo, this arena's electric. And this guy who's a show business partner, I don't know if you're in here, you're probably in the war room. He said, you did that. And let me tell you something, bro. We did it. All right, all of us boxing fans did it. And that's what it's all about, helping make boxing the #1 sport in the world. Let me see. What else we got? Oh, shit. Flex on them. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Let me see. I need that Bud, Biz. I'm begging you. Oh, the Aqua Bud. Let's go. It's legendary. Let me see. Chick. Good morning, Biz. I can afford a lot of tacos today after my bet on Bud. Yeah, you have Bud. How's your wallet doing? Great. You can't get better than my wallet, bro. A lot of things, videos went viral. I jumped up 10,000 subscribers in 3 days. I'm doing great. So yeah, man, doing very well. Thank you so much, my brother. Let me see. What if Biz makes the fight with Custer look like how Bud did Spence? Then jumps up to face Raphael. Come on, dog. Let me say nothing but respect to you, Biz. When you're wrong on analysis or fight prediction, yeah, you speak on it like a man, sturdy. Yeah, because it's and you guys know, I told you guys before, I think it takes a while for everybody to really believe it. I'm a boxing fan. I make a prediction because y'all expect a prediction. So I come up with a prediction. I haven't been wrong in a while. Okay. So this was a big loss. I got this one wrong. But it's not about me getting it right or wrong. It's not about my prediction. I think we lose track on it's about two fighters fighting and us knowing who the best is. The predictions that we all make, I mean, that's neither here nor there, right? It doesn't have any merit on the fight. But what we really receive is entertainment, all right? I obviously not too many people, the majority, didn't expect the fight to go that one-sidedly, or else it wouldn't have been one of the most anticipated fights in welterweight history. That type, you can't expect that and then say it's a 50-50 fight. So people in hindsight now, yeah, I always called it. Bullshit. All right. But a knockout you could have called, because I was saying that if Terrence Crawford doesn't knock him out, I got Errol Spence. But everybody saw how if Errol Spence, overcommits, doesn't block, right? We kept saying that over and over. But then in that media workout, it looked like he was blocking pretty well. But some of you said, hey, Derrick James caught his ass. So it was like, if he could keep his feet under him, if he could be defensively responsible, I think he wins. Man, that dude was dropping his hand. He didn't get his hand back to his guard fast enough. He was leaning forward, off balance. It was just a one-sided. It was one of Bud Crawford's easier fights. Mean Machine gave him a tougher fight. Kell Brook. Sean Porter gave him a tougher fight, which adds more respect to how good Bud Crawford, not Bud Crawford, but Sean Porter really was. And they got the nerve to say, I ain't fight nobody. I just make them look like nobody. That was perfect. Y'all must have forgot. Shout out to Bud for beating the Mean Machine allegations. What else we got? Thank God Harvey stopped it. Spence would have gone down 10 times before quitting. Yeah, it would have been a brutal beating. It was a brutal beating, but it would have been worse. You didn't get the fist roll zoom in like you wanted, but you definitely was amongst the stars. Oh, I did. Yeah, I didn't get my little shit. I didn't get my shit, but I was having a good time with Andre 3 Stacks, which seeing him is like seeing a Bigfoot, right? This guy is mysterious. All right. So to see him right there, we just chopping it up. I made him laugh a few times. That was amazing. That was worth more than a fist roll. But I needed, come on, PBC. Let me see. Angela. Oh, yeah, Angela Bassett Beers. I know. I keep forgetting to get your shit. Roll out. Bud is the face of the PBC. That's another thing. Bud is PBC. And it's so funny when people, talk to me. Oh, ShowBizz, you for the PBC. Canelo and Bud are PBC fighters. Canelo and Bud are PBC, dog. Oh, let me see. But we do have a show. And I want to talk to you guys about a few things. I'm just trying to get through the super chats. Love this show and you, brother. Shout out your boy. Love you, boy. Let me see. Daryl Alexander, I see you, baby. What up, G? People saying EJ didn't look like himself, drained. You think that was the case, or was Bud just that good and resulted in Spence looking low tier? I said, Hakeem, in my last video about conspiracies, right? And excuses. I can't, as an analyst, I'm about data. I can't quantify how much of that beating was Errol Spence being drained and how much of it was Terrence Crawford being great. So I don't have much of an analysis on that. If I could quantify it, 30% was him. I can't put my finger on it. I can't tell, right? How Errol Spence fought when he fought Ugas. Everybody and their mama said, if he goes reaching like that against Terrence Crawford, he's going, everybody said that. But we just assume he was rusty. He won't be reaching like that. And I thought he would be until the media workout. When I saw the media workout, I said, no, he got his feet under him. Reaching. So a lot of it was style. Stylistically, it wasn't working. All right. Let me see. No lateral movement, like everyone said, very forward and backwards. Good morning to you, ShowBizz and the rest of the war room. I didn't expect Bud to bully Spence like that. I didn't expect. It was hard to watch sometimes. Very. Look, there's a lot of people right now. A new member, baby, for 7 months. Thank you so much. There's a lot of people right now who love that Errol Spence was destroyed in there. They love that he looked real bad in there. But in the arena, especially the bros who were Terrence Crawford fans did not want to see Errol Spence looking like that. Like even Terrence Crawford fans was like, yo, bro, this fight got to stop. Everybody heart went out for Errol Spence because we love Errol Spence. We all do. Y'all don't like each other as fans, but that don't mean you have to hate Errol. Errol never done anything to you, right? No, neither did Bud Crawford. I don't know how fans would hate Bud. That's why it's like, I don't understand. Y'all hate each other, but y'all end up hating the fighters. And it's strange. Yeah, I want that fighter to be destroyed. Either way, the real fans in the arena who paid money to show up, they were sad, bro. There was like people were really worried, right? You root for your guy, but you don't want to see no one look. I mean, that was very, very serious looking. A new member, thank you so much, JP. Oh, member for 3 months. Thank you so much, brother. Biz, is there any strategy Spence can even use in a rematch besides getting stronger? I'll tell you this. He definitely didn't have explosion on his punches. He wasn't a breaker. Okay. So, but other than punching harder, if you look at Terrence Crawford, his footwork, his timing, his athleticism, but he sat right in the pocket. So his block was very strong. His guard was very strong. He definitely had a metal shield and not a glass one. So I don't know how hard you're going to have to hit in order to make Terrence Crawford not have the display that he had. Errol Spence at 33 got to learn new tricks. And my analysis after watching the fight is Errol Spence can't beat Terrence Crawford. He never could beat Terrence Crawford. The levels were so vast. Like, Terrence Crawford was so much better than him. You've seen Terrence Crawford in far better fights, right? Far closer fights. But him versus Errol Spence is just not even close. All right, hit the Tyson bell. Errol Spence will have to be a new dog, and I don't know if he's capable. I'm still hype at this age. From the fight, Bud was a chameleon from Mortal Kombat, a Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. Errol Spence was playing a game on the hardest difficulty, funny, without knowing the controls. Yeah, he didn't know what to do. He started just going forward again, and it was a very sad thing to see. Big respect to Crawford, but Spence disrespected the preparation. I don't know. I wasn't there. It was steamroll or nothing. That was the preparation. Knox, are you okay? That was the preparation, which makes sense. My son was coughing. Let me tell you why it makes sense. Errol Spence never had the tools that Terrence Crawford had. So to outbox him, it was over with. We said in this community, if Terrence Crawford can take the jab away, the fight's over. It's so funny that people make comments they pick the shorts where I criticized Terrence Crawford and hyped up Errol and to say I told you so. But don't pick the shorts where I was saying these things and pro Terrence Crawford and criticizing Errol. But that's how people are. They feed off negativity. But we said in this community, if he takes the jab away, game over. And that's exactly what he did. Errol Spence had one game plan. Got to break him over time. He has to, because he can't outbox him. He can't even try. So what adjustments could he have made? He definitely can't beat Terrence Crawford at his game. So that's why it looks like I don't think he can. After that performance, I don't think he could ever beat him. Also, this might be the first time ever in boxing that we have 4 two-weight undisputed champions in boxing at the same time. Bud, Inoue, Shields, Charlo, Canelo. Boxing is going the right direction. Yeah. And that's the 4-belt era. They were undisputed, but less belts, 1 belt, shit like that, right? You have many champions then. But in the 4-belt era, yeah. Victor has to finish you. Hit the Tyson bell. Bud gloves were loaded. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about conspiracy. Jackie! All right. So you guys have been sending me link after link of this doctor, this neurologist, on BDA Boxing, speaking of brain damage from Errol the Broker Spence, the broken Spence. No, I'm not gonna start that shit. Errol Spence Jr. What do you guys think about that? And I'll tell you what I think, since you guys were very curious in the DMs, emails. I'm getting these links every day, the same link, as if y'all know no one else sent it to me. Hit the Tyson bell. You jumped subscribers because this page is live. Thank you, brother. I bet 8th round Bud. Shake my head. As long as he won, though. Yes, sorry. Yeah. No rematch or excuses needed. Aqua Bud, 100%. Let me see. Mayweather Crawford prediction video. I don't No, I mean Floyd Mayweather. Crawford doesn't have the performances that Floyd Mayweather had in order to try to really compare them. If you want to do the eyeball test, Floyd Mayweather is better than Terrence. Hold on real quick. Let me check on my son. My son gets cough. Biz, a video or what? What? Oh yes, I wonder. Wait, what's the thing? Why would you shoot a man before throwing it from the blur? There you go. Biz, what if Bud gets the Charlo fight and is undisputed in 3 divisions, which hasn't been done since Homicide? Hank, where do you rank Bud all-time pay-per-view? I mean, pound for pound. I don't know. All depends on how Jermell Charlo look against Canelo and how he looks afterwards. Hold on 1 second. Let me check on my son. We gotta start talking about the testo. DJ. I had Spence, but this performance from Bud is freaking legendary. Unbelievable performance. He was freaking amazing. Give Bud his roses. 100%. 100%. It should be no problem. Hey, Boogie. Bud solidified himself as the best in the game. Yeah, Arrow showed his heart praying that he's okay. And we're talking about that. He is okay. Let me see. Salute. A member. Thank you so much for 22 months. Thank you so much, my brother. Much love to you. Let me see. Mayweather was shocked. Everyone was, except for people that I told you so people, but most people were shocked. I feel like sometimes Bud fights down to the level of his competition, but he always steps it up against top tier level fighters. Yeah, but Sean Porter was top tier. How he looked against Errol Spence was beyond incredible. Let me see. Wishing my dog EJ speedy recovery. He'll be back. It looked like he recovered. Where is Bud ranked all time if he undisputed at 154? I don't know. I really don't know. I would have to really look at that. Roll out. Even though Bud won and took my money, I'm still not going to stop with the Bobak jokes. Nah, man, jokes. You're gonna have to roll, dog. You said before that if Bud wins the first fight, he loses the rematch. Yeah, I was expecting a different fight, not a blowout, though. Let me see. As a Spence fan, I ask, do you still think the rematch goes to Spence? No, because when I said that, I hadn't seen the fight yet. So it's, I'm not a future reader or a time traveler. Now that I've seen the fight, I thought I was expecting a different fight. Regardless, I was expecting a war, because it was a 50-50 fight. Those two are two great fighters. I didn't expect a one-sided, multiple knockdown beating. Now that I know the truth, now I can, with new data, I can give a different projection. And I was basing winning the rematch on the abuse both of them will receive, thinking that when Errol Spence fights you, you're done. So I thought at 36 years old, in a rematch after a war with Errol Spence, he would not be the same. It's actually the polar opposite. And like I said before, in one of my, when Terrence Crawford won that press conference, I said that Terrence Crawford made a great point. It was like a Zoom press conference or something, but Terrence Crawford made a great point by saying, I can say the same thing. People aren't the same after me. And if you look at it, he's right. Errol Spence may not be the same. Let me see. Hey, bro, much love. Was on vacay enjoying your work. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother. Let me see. I find it funny how there are few folks accusing Bud of having loaded gloves. Now, the discrediting is crazy. Love Spence, but he got outboxed. Let me tell you, and outfought, and out wrestled, and out everything. Let me tell you this. I'm actually satisfied. That there's a loaded glove conspiracy. I'm actually satisfied. Because I thought it was a race thing. I thought every time a brother fights somebody else and there's an ass whipping, fight a Japanese fighter in Inoue. Wilder fought Tyson Fury. I'm wondering, okay, let's see what happens if it's a one-sided fight between two brothers, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Same shit. Fine. Good. I love it. It's just fanboyism. If your guy get his ass whipped, you're looking for something to make you feel better about it. That's all it is. That's why when people say, yo, you got your prediction wrong, ShowBizz, haha. For me, boxing isn't about what I say, right? My pound for pound list. I got Devin the American Dream Haney, what, ranked number 3? People like he shouldn't be up there. What, you think he really beat Loma? It's not about my feelings and what I think. I'm not that egocentric. How him versus Loma and those and the official result of that fight, I don't take it personally. So if your favorite fighter lose, you tend to take it personally, as if you're in the ring and you got your ass whipped. And that's what a fanatic is. All right. They're tied to their favorite fighter or their favorite team, and they take it personally. It's not Spence is going to smoke Bud Pack. It's we are. We? Boss, we sick. We sick? So that's what people do, right? We're going to have a crawfish, we're going to. So then when their favorite fighter lose, they need a way for them to feel better. It's a very egocentric, selfish thing. And that's where the conspiracies come in. But it's good to know that it's just a fanboyism thing. Sully, member for 28 months. Thank you, my brother. Let me see. You came back in one piece, Biz. How you pass Keith? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I didn't even see Keith. A new member, baby. Yo, my son is coughing. Okay. So let's talk. The neurology. The scientists. Okay, I'm going to read your super chats later, but we got to get to the show. The scientist who says that Errol Spence has brain damage. Okay. I've heard this before. This has happened before, where a doctor has looked at a fight and was able to diagnose the trauma of the fighter in the fight. It's happened before. I have the receipts. I have the recording for you guys. It's an old recording, but I found it and I'm going to play it for you. Here are the receipts. So to let you know, that's not a unique situation. This has happened before. Okay. Let me see. And here are the receipts. Receipts, motherfucker! Here's the receipts of old audio of a doctor, neurologist, speaking on a fight and able to diagnose them by looking at the footage. Here it is.
My name is Dr. Yo Mama. I have a background in neurology, and you know this because I told you so, and you need to take my word for it. You cannot look me up because Yo Mama is not my real name, but it's what people love to call me. Joe Frazier in this fight obviously showed early stages of dementia and of brain trauma leading up to the fight. You can tell how he slumps, how his eyes are very glassy. You've never seen Joe Frazier have this hard of a time before. You see his balance is totally gone. Early stages of dementia, you tend to try to walk faster and a faster pace to keep your balance. Joe Frazier was not this bad leading up to the fight. From neck down, he's fine. Pause. But from neck up, not so much. Pause. So you can tell just by the eyeball test that he should not have been allowed to fight George Foreman. I know he had fights afterwards, fights before, but in this particular fight, Joe Frazier was suffering. And I can tell you this as a doctor, just by looking at tape and just by looking at footage. You should believe me more than those who actually performed medical tests on the subject. Dr. Yo Mama, peace out.
Words from a doctor. Obviously a doctor. He's obviously a doctor. Why? He said so. He sounds pretty smart to me. And if you look at the footage, you've never seen Joe Frazier look that bad. George Foreman beat that man from pillar to post. The same man who beat Muhammad Ali. Obviously, something was wrong. Love you, boy. We all know. Early stages of dementia. I don't know. But listen to the doctor. Listen to the doctor. There may be some truth behind it. Let me see. Last week I asked, what if TC handled him? We see now. Spence said he was going to be smoking on Bud. He didn't realize it was a one-hitter. Bud hit. I mean, Bud it had Spence done after one round. Yeah, the first round was the only round I gave to Spence, and nothing happened. It's just that Spence was busier. No racial, just stylistic analysis. Elite level African American style boxers have historically had great success against elite level Mexican style. I don't generalize that way. Spence was trying inside, but couldn't get range right. He did good when suffocating Crawford, which suffocated his own punches, but was getting tagged when he wasn't close enough. Yeah, absolutely. That's footwork. That's IQ. That's boxing ability. Member, thank you so much, brother, for 21 months. Thank you so much, brother. Let me see. Seeing Spence before the fight looked like he smoked the wrong bud. Oops. Yeah. I mean, he looked like he just woke up. His eyes were bagged out. Let me see. 2024 has big shoes to fill. 100%. Fantastic fight. Let me see. I had Bud winning going into the fight, but I believe the fight is different at 154. Errol didn't look right to me, even round one, which I thought he won. If Bud taxed that ass at 154, so be it. I have to see it. Here's the thing. Terrence Crawford had a hard time making weight too, so he's naturally big too. Let me see. Errol Spence. Errol said it was going to be a one-sided affair. One love. Yeah, well, what should he say? That I'm going to lose? Oh, y'all know what time. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Flex on him.
Cheese. His name is Cheese.
They say they don't fuck with me, but
Bling bling.
King Kong ain't got
On Cheese. Flex on him. Seep. Left hand on you. Left hand on you. Pow. King Kong ain't got on Cheese. Look. Charles Edward, where were you, dog? I was looking for you. What's up, War Room? My last stop on the apology tour. Oh, that's Bud fans, y'all were right. Yep, I was wrong. Amazing. Hopefully, y'all feel vindicated. Yeah, because it's been years of people saying how Crawford was ducking and Crawford this and the vindication should be there. I think Terrence Crawford fans should be very excited about it. And there's going to be a lot of I told you so naturally, but it's going to die down. You can't I told you so for the rest of your life. TC, in case you're in here, love you, boy. You've got a stand in me. Oh, you got a stand in me. Shout out Chick Jaggy. Beer survived the wrath, brother. Oh my God, the dying laughter. Hold on, man. That's $200. Let me give you your love for the double. Flex on him.
Cheese. His name is Cheese.
they say they don't fuck with me, but
Bling bling.
King Kong ain't got
On Cheese. Charles Edward. I survived the wrath because two reasons why. One, I had a different experience than social media. So when I was at the fight, it was all love. The only time it got ugly was when I turned on social media. So I turned that shit off. I just kept the love. Another thing is I always knew, and I said it time and time again on posts, on many podcasts, on many videos, that the fight isn't about me. It's not about you versus you versus me. I don't know where this shit comes from. There's only going to be 3 people in the ring that night. It's about Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I am not here trying to be right. I'm just trying to know the truth, right? Hit the Tyson bell. So for some reason, for people to look at that fight and attack me, pretty strange. But is dust off the shoulder, because that's how people are. But the reality of it, Terrence Crawford is an all-time great fighter. Let me see. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Bud uses arrow tactics against him. Spence is fundamentally sound. He literally took away his jab. Spence wasn't that fundamentally sound. His legs were bad. He was reaching on his punches and he wasn't getting his punch back to his guard. He wasn't that textbook. When he was defensive, he wasn't that defensive. He was going straight backwards or ducking straight down and trying to go back, and he was right in range for uppercuts and right hands. Actually, he was sloppy. Let me see. And Arrow couldn't add up his combinations. He messed up with overreacting, and Bud was hitting him with effective punches. He was like you said, it's not just Spence. It's Spence with the help of Crawford, right? It's Crawford can make you look that bad. Let me see. Hey, Boogie, your boy celebrating another revolution of life. You fell into the narrative that Bud didn't fight nobody. Okay. And you and other Arrow fans, oh shit, the reason Bud about to beat that boy. Okay. Let me see what else we got. Someone asked me, would Pacquiao have beat that Arrow when they were meant to fight? That Arrow, I don't know if that Arrow would have been for Pacquiao. That's why I don't know how much of the fight is, how much you can allocate to Arrow being off or whatever and Terrence Crawford being that good. Errol Spence, Pacquiao probably would not have made Errol Spence, that Pacquiao probably would not have made Errol Spence pay for those flaws that he had. Listen, the Errol Spence, his habits against Terrence Crawford didn't look that different than what he was doing against Ugas, except for Ugas couldn't make him pay. Look, he had bad timing and reaching and reaching over his foot against Ugas, right? And we were all saying that shit ain't gonna work against Terrence, but he was rusty. He'll probably get it together. And that was him again. And he broke Ugas. So a lot of it has to do with Terrence Crawford being different. Now, a prime Pacquiao whooped both of their asses. But what I'm saying is the Pacquiao that Ugas fought and beat, Errol Spence probably would have beaten that Pacquiao too. Let me see. Reminding me of Ali versus Holmes. Does Errol beat Thurman? I feel like that fight should be next. I think Crawford versus Tim Tszyu for December PBC. Well, what's next is whatever they agree to. Manny Switch. Let's see what Manny Switch has to say. He sent me a Cash App. Let's see what Manny Switch has to say. For two-time undisputed Crawford. You're not lying. You're not lying. Let me see. Terrence looked physically strong against a come-forward fighter. That wrestling experience is real. And his deadlifting, he's a great athlete all the way around. Terrence Crawford is. Is Charlo belts on the line too against Canelo? No, not at 168. From my understanding. No. Let me see. Spence only had one plan. He needed at least 3. Yeah, but can he perform 3? Victor asked, oh, yes, I wonder why we should have won before throwing him from the plane. Can he perform 3 against Terrence Crawford? He could never outbox him. You know, how many game plans do you want against Floyd Mayweather? The game plan is break him. The game plan would be to make it a rough fight. Errol Spence could not get in the inside and keep him there and make it this crude, rugged fight. And you can say, well, Errol Spence wasn't Errol Spence, but there's a reason why Showtime Sean Porter decided to box Crawford and not try to attack him the way he was attacking Errol Spence. Crawford makes you pay. When people say that Floyd Mayweather didn't have much power, there's a reason why Canelo Alvarez didn't just steamroll him. He felt some shit. He had respectable, stingy power from punches you didn't see. The difference between Showtime Sean Porter and Errol Spence was daring Terrence Crawford to knock him out. He said, I'm just going to plow forward. I'm just going to steamroll him even if he's catching me. And that's why he looked so bad against him. Sean Porter felt some shit and said, okay, I got to adjust. And all that did was make things last as long as it possibly could until he was TKO'd himself. Errol Spence seems like he doesn't even have the feet that Sean Porter has. Sean Porter was able to bounce back and forth. And one of you show business partners in the war room just last week said, when I was talking about how Showtime Sean Porter caught Terrence Crawford, one of you said, and I read it, but Errol Spence don't jump in and out. He can't explode in and out and attack Terrence Crawford the way Sean Porter can. He got a plot forward. And I kept that in mind when he said that. Sure as shit, he only had one thing he could possibly do, and that was get in close, but with behind a jab. But Terrence Crawford took the jab away. And at that point, the only way he could get in close with the tool set he has is chin forward. Like he had nothing, right? And he had a partial block, but Terrence Crawford hand-eye coordination, his accuracy, his speed, his ability to create the proper distance make you pay for those flaws that you have in your defense, where Ugas couldn't make Errol Spence pay much past that one time he knocked out his mouthpiece at the Tyson thing. Let me see. What else we got? I put money on Bud the minute I saw Errol enter the building. It was something about his look that was worse than before. So when the doc said his piece, it fed into the narrative and made me some money. When the doctor said his piece. Oh, you're talking about the neurologist. I forgot all about it. You guys are really getting y'all shit off. Let me see. A new member. All I can say, Biz, is wow. Yeah, Donnie. The doctor, this doctor, okay, and I want to talk about this a little bit more if I can get through these super chats. Rollout was better than Bomac, a Bomac with cheese. Shit. Let's talk about this doctor real quick. I believe there should be a rematch because if I'm EJ, you can't whoop me like that and walk off. It doesn't matter. There shouldn't be a rematch. People get whooped and walked off. So Fulton should rematch Inoue. I mean, you get your ass whooped and then you walk off. Like, I guess Gotti should have rematched Floyd then. Diego Corrales should have gotten a rematch with Floyd. Right? Like, Yildirim should get a rematch with Canelo. Right? Mean Machine should get his rematch against Terrence Crawford, obviously. Since Mean Machine actually dropped Terrence Crawford and it was a closer fight than Errol Spence. Why is it a Errol Spence thing? He's a fighter like everybody else. So I don't understand why he would deserve a rematch more than anybody else. If that deserves a rematch, every fight I've seen deserves a rematch. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Yeah, like I said, every warrior want their get back. Every warrior who ever lost want their get back. Manny Pacquiao wanted his get back against Ugas. Cabrera fought Isaac Cruz. Y'all want to see that again? And that was a split decision. Nobody wants to see that shit again. That was a far more competitive fight than Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. So he can want all the get back he want to have, but I can't see how this pay-per-view can be anything somebody would be interested in. This rematch would be anything anyone would be interested in without that conspiracy. Loaded gloves and this doctor. And we'll talk about that. Maybe a rematch. Maybe in a rematch we get Fury Wilder 3. Wilder didn't deserve the rematch. Bud didn't cheat. Rolling on the floor. But Biz, you didn't see anything off with EJ's physicality or strength. I don't know how much of it I can say is due to Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford making you look bad. If you look at Foreman versus Frazier, how much of that was Frazier? And how much of that was a bad stylistic matchup against Foreman? How much? Quantify it for me, please. I can't. All I can say is Terrence Crawford is better than him. And that's what we found out. I'm not sure if there's any, when it comes to boxing, you want to see the best versus the best and see who's better. And what I saw last Saturday was Terrence Bud Crawford was better than Errol Spence. Now I want to see if he's better than Jermell Charlo at 154. I want to see him at 154. I don't need to know any more data. I got the data. Let me see. Bud was even bigger and way stronger on fight night. pushed EJ around like he moved up from 140. I don't know what to tell you. He was a wrestler. He understands leverage. He deadlift 600 pounds. I don't know what it was. I forgot how much he deadlift. It makes sense. It makes sense. I saw Evander Holyfield push Mike Tyson back. Mike Tyson, strong, squatty, explosive, and Holyfield caught him and pushed him back. Sometimes you may, and Holyfield was considered a small heavyweight. Sometimes the way you're put together, your core may be stronger. Your height or your back may be stronger, or maybe your biceps or triceps may be stronger. Biceps for pulling, triceps for pushing. So your triceps may be stronger. Who knows? Or just your understanding of balance and technique. Bam, to use their force against them, turn your hips, know how to push somebody around. That's where wrestling comes in. So, bro, I can't quantify how much of it is Errol Spence being off or Terrence Crawford always on. So my analysis is, even if Errol Spence was off, Terrence Crawford is greater because he's never off. That's what makes you great. You cannot look at that fight and be a fan of Floyd Mayweather and not understand what you saw in Terrence Crawford. Old One Tooth said it years ago. He said Terrence Crawford will beat Errol Spence because of Errol Spence's habits. Terrence Crawford, every day, all day, is more prepared for that fight Saturday than Errol Spence. And because of that, there is a more probability of him winning when they face each other. So because of that, Terrence Crawford is a better, greater fighter than Errol Spence. And that's what we try to find out when we see who's the best versus the best. And that's what we found out. Now, we predicted that we would see something else. Most of us did, either a closer fight or even Errol Spence winning. But that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen, because none of us know it all. And none of us is 100% with predictions. With that said, after the fight, we know the truth. And that's all we try to find out when we're watching the sport of boxing. Let me see. We got some more cash apps. Let me see. For people want Inoue to go up. Should we expect Tank versus Crawford? Not Tank versus Crawford, but Inoue. I think he should be go undisputed before he move up. He'll be also 2-time, undisputed. That'd be great. Do you think Crawford? This is Antrias Brown. Do you think Crawford beats Boots the same way? The same way? I don't know, because Boots is a stylistically totally different human being than Errol Spence. I think he beats him. I can't help but to think he beats him, because Terrence Crawford is beating elite guys and it's not even close. When Roy Jones, he just make him look like nobody. When you're fighting elite guys, when Roy Jones fought James Toney and beat him so badly that it was like, oh, he must have been weight drained at 168. And it was Roy Jones who moved up. When Roy Jones beat Bernard Hopkins so one-sidedly with one hand that people are saying, oh, that wasn't the real Bernard Hopkins back then. This guy knocked out Virgil Hill with a body shot and people forgot about it. When you're just that much better, you're that much better. And when you see something like that, you want to explain it away. The truth of the matter is, Terrence Crawford is better. Let me see. Bud looked too good. Great fight. Also, I want to thank you, Bizmaster, for calling down the thunder and helping me claim it. I landed my dream job. Yeah. Go ahead, dog. Hold on. Let me give you your love. Let me give you your love, brother. You landed it. You nailed it. Let me give you your love. Gotta leave the 9 to 5 up on the shelf. Congratulations, my brother. Much love to you. Let me see. Speaking of Tyson versus Wilder, did you ever see that video of the gloves flopping? Did I? Yeah. I did so many videos on that, brother. Yes, we did that glove gate thing. That is so exhausting to talk about. It's not even funny. Let me see. What else we got? What else we got? Y'all laugh. I'm so far behind. I have no idea what y'all laughing at, but everybody hit the like button. I do have something though. YayBizz actually has something to say about this whole thing. Let's see what YayBizz has to say.
So, okay. As a creative, it'll be easy, or it'll be proper to allow someone to make history. So if you let me become undisputed again, okay, you can fight Canelo, looking great at middleweight. We both win. I get legacy, you get currency. Okay, and that's how stories are written. And okay, and Cherokee the ass.
He's a genius. If y'all can decode that, much love to you. Let me see what we have to say. Hated to see Spence down bad like that out there. Ready to see him bounce back and become an even better boxer. Congrats to save it. Oh, let me see what else. Save it. What else we got? Bucks is so fun. This man, he's a day one. You wrong for that, Biz. What from neck down? He's fine. Oh damn, I'm that far behind. Let me see. For welterweight, is Crawford on Julian Jackson level of striking ability? No. Julian Jackson. I met Julian Jackson's son, by the way. Shout out to you. Okay. Julian Jackson. No, he's not on Julian Jackson level or Sugar Ray Robinson. Terrence Crawford, though. Roy Jones, like close to Roy. I'm hungry to see more with Bud hand-eye coordination and athleticism. His gifts are super next level. And when there's a super fighters make people look ordinary, make very good fighters look ordinary. Floyd Mayweather was a super fighter. All right. He was more super than Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather was a super fighter. Terrence Crawford is a super fighter. Muhammad Ali. You know, there are guys who make you look ordinary. Sugar Ray Robinson, a super fighter. Roy Jones Jr. Right. I mean, it's hard to say James Toney is a super fighter when Roy Jones made him look ordinary. So there's a difference between James Toney and Roy. It really is, because you saw the fight. Right. So there are super fighters who I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard beat them all. I mean, it just is what it is. He no monster ran in that second fight. He beat Wilfred Benitez. He beat Tommy Hearns and Hagler. He's the super fighter, right? He's the Tyson Bell. Let me see. Dr. Yo Mama is Bo Max cardiologist. Hey, dog, roll out. Stop. I need to catch up. Y'all. I need to run through these and catch up. Let me see. Dr. Yo Mama diagnosed Bomac with obesity. Shit. Let me see. Remember in the second press conference, Buzz said, hey, this the wrong bud you smoking. Yeah. You take one puff. He said Spence will be seeing stars. Bud was right. Bud's been right since the very beginning. Right. But but the funny thing is if Errol Spence would have won, he would have been right. Flex on them. I'll see this is a 2-hour show. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Thank you so much, my brother. Let me see. Dude, I never had so many people on here on the regular. If this is going to be our normal podcast, we're going to have 2-hour shows every day. Because, let me see. Spence got taken to school by his stepdaddy. Oh, yeah. And got a whooping and sent to the corner to sit the F down like an unruly little boy. Well, Well, I mean, because he said I'm not your damn kid. He said he's gonna take his belt off if you get out of line. And all my money on Spence in the rematch. Odds crazy. For the odds, I hear you. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. But Biz seems like he saw something. Or a story or whatever you were saying. I paid $3,400 for the fight. Spence owed me $1,700. Funny. There was a guy next to me that was like, man, I spent $15,000 on this one. Hey, he was a Crawford fan. He was sitting right next to me. When around the fourth round, he said, man, I spent $15,000. And that's how you should feel. Because the fight is not about who you're a fan of. It's about you getting entertained. That guy put his entertainment over him cheering for Bud. He put his $15,000 over that shit. He was next to me. He said, man, let me see. Just kidding. Never going back to Vegas with Crawford fans. Almost got beat up in the weigh-in. The Crawford fans were out there. The Crawford fans were far more sensitive than Spence fans before the fight. All right. They and like I said, I think it's because they felt Crawford was the least popular one, which he was. So they took it very, very to heart. EJ is a B+ fighter, same as Sean Porter. Or he's an A fighter. They're both A fighters, in my opinion. It's just that Crawford is one of those gold standard, like Sonny Liston was an A fighter. He wasn't a B nothing. It's just Ali beat the hell out of him. All right, George Foreman, an A fighter, one of the greatest heavyweights to ever live, top 5 in my opinion, right? But he couldn't do anything with Ali. So, and nothing. Watch the fight. Ali was in control of that whole fight. There was nothing Foreman got off. And Ali beat the hell out of him. He really did. Play with him, right? Talking shit, pushing him back. You don't do that unless you're a gold standard, top notch. Errol Spence is an A fighter. He collected all those belts. He did beat Danny Swift Garcia, and he did beat Showtime Sean Porter and Kell Brook. He did beat Ugas. He beat these guys. He showed to be better than these guys. All right. It's just that Terrence Crawford beat him from pillar to post, and that's the gold standard. Sonny Liston beat Cleveland Williams. Sonny Liston beat Floyd Patterson. He beat Floyd Patterson twice like he stole something. It beat him so bad that Custom Model wanted his Sonny Liston, which is why his mouth was drooling when he saw Mike Tyson. At the end of the day, though, Ali made him try to cheat, and Ali made him quit on a stool. And then the second time, he ain't want to get up after like 2 rounds. So you have A fighters, and then you have filet mignon, top notch, the gold standard. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me, Biz. Get a black 2 sugars on me. Thank you, my brother. Why some of Spence fans trying to add an asterisk next asterisk to this victory? Kudos, Biz, for giving full credit. Why some Spence? Because they take it personally. Let me tell you how Spence is taking it. I don't think nobody else beat EJ like that. No cap. Well, nobody hadn't, right? That's why the whole brain trauma thing, or brain damage is ridiculous to say, because nobody else did that, right? He fought Danny Garcia, he fought Ugas, and after those performances, which were after the car accident, 2 car accidents, and the retinal tear, we still saw that's a 50-50 fight. Terrence Crawford just that much better. But when it comes to when I said what you said about why are fans putting an asterisk next to this victory of Terrence Bud Crawford, I'm one of those guys who was putting an asterisk next to his fights as well. Showtime Sean Porter, that must not have been him. Terrence Crawford showed that he's the common denominator. Kell Brook, he got punched in his eye. He got punched in the same eye that Errol Spence broke. That's because he got great hand-eye coordination and good power. But why would they do that? Is because they're taking it very personally. But if you ask Errol Spence how he feels, let's check out Errol Spence. Errol Spence said that his head is up like a nosebleed. Errol Spence is saying that, he can't wait for his fight against Terrence Crawford at 154, saying, good shit, dog. He sound like a warrior. He's fine. What else? I was brought up an old law where men don't make excuses even if they have one. They wouldn't give it to you, right? So he's fine. The fans aren't. The Warriors usually are. The Warriors were in the fight. The fans are living through the Warrior, so it hurts them more. Errol Spence is a true warrior. He got me, bro. But here's the thing. When it comes to Errol Spence, and if he had any kind of brain trauma, I want you guys to look at this.
Going to medical right around the corner here. I'm not going in there. One
That's Errol Spence on his way to the medical tent, meaning that Errol Spence got checked out, protocol. So did Terrence Crawford, but he got a head examination and everything. If you go to BoxRec, you will see the results indirectly of the medical examination. And when you look at BoxRec, I'm going to tell you what you don't see, and that's a suspension. There's always a suspension after a TKO, minimum 30 days. But if it goes 3 months or more, they note it in BoxRec, suspended for 3 months. As of right now, and it's Tuesday, the fight happens Saturday, you do not see that noted on BoxRec. There's no suspension, meaning why Errol Spence said December, hit the Tyson bell. He's going to be able to train and get back in the gym. If you see footage of Errol Spence back in the gym, you're going to know there's nothing wrong with him or damage to his brain. What you saw was the results of his face being bloodshot red. You saw swellings that's very strange on him, but don't forget he got reconstructive surgery on his face. So when somebody had reconstructive surgery on his face going to look far worse. His face isn't as tight anymore. There's foreign things on his face, which is going to show a far more beat up face. His face cannot take the punishment that it could back when it was an organic face, right? So with the reconstructive surgery, he looks like way worse than he actually is when it comes to his brain. Obviously, I don't want you guys to go running with this whole Dr. 805 thing when you don't know his damn name. You can't look up his credentials. You can't look up who. Don't let anyone just tell you anything. And because he sounds good, you believe him. You cannot just have a guy who called in randomly, didn't tell you his damn name, and you can't follow up on who he is and have that persuade you. Just like I did with the Dr. Yo Mama. If you look at Frazier beating one-sidedly, you never seen that before. Somebody can convince you something was wrong with Frazier. Errol Spence went and had his medical examinations all before the fight, and he had his medical examination afterwards. And don't forget, he fought twice after the car accident. Nobody was saying anything about glassy eyes or slurred speech then. Early signs of dementia. One of the first symptoms of early dementia is memory loss. I want to ask you guys how good his memory sound here.
So you said you think Terrence Crawford gonna beat me because how he beat Sean Porter. But Sean Porter was a shell of himself when he fought Terrence Crawford, because Sean Porter had a fight right before Terrence Crawford, but it was trash. It went 12 rounds. It was super bad. And then he fought Terrence Crawford right after that. And then he retired. But even his daddy said,
we're going to roll him up and smoke him in Vegas.
We'll see.
It's legal in Vegas, man. We're going to roll him up and smoke him.
All we do is
man,
fish fillet.
We're going to roll him up and smoke him, man.
We go hunt. That's
like
I said, we hunting you
we're
down.
We're going to roll him up and smoke this dude. Old school type fight. If you've been craving one of those fights from the 70s, 80s,
memory good, witty, creative, better mic skills than Terrence Bud Crawford, right? So nobody was saying anything like that before. The beating was so alarming that now the results of the car accident that happened 3 years ago, happened that fight. Nobody said that Errol Spence should not be allowed to fight after the results of Ugas, after he fought Danny Garcia. So he's allowed to fight those guys. Obviously, he broke Ugas. Ugas was worse off after the fight than Errol Spence. He was fine to fight Danny Swift Garcia. He beat him for 12 rounds. So he's allowed to fight those guys. I guess Terrence Crawford is so dangerous, he shouldn't be allowed to fight him, which also goes to how great Terrence Crawford is and not how the condition Errol Spence was in. Let me see. For all you do, thank you so much, Ronnie Shields, for the Cash App. Thank you so much, my brother. Let me see. What else we got? Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Let me see. All of the BS because nobody expected Errol to get manhandled. Terrence Crawford proved that he's very strong, especially that push took the condom off. Dog. With some of these fans, Biz, Ali would have been called a hype job after Frazier. Facts. Hearns would have been called a bum after Hagler. Shake my head. It's boxing. 100%. We think Frazier would have been called after Foreman. No, they called Foreman a god. They didn't say anything against Frazier. They said Foreman's a god, bro. That's what it was. He whipped Ken Norton. They ain't saying nothing against Ken Norton. Let me see. Flex on him. Thank you, my brother. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Let me see. Seemed like Bud had a special pocket of space and time between them. He was always just out of range. Bud need a new nickname, the Phantom or Ghost. LOL. Brother, that guy. Oh, here comes $1 trillion. That guy was phenomenal. Everything that a Bud Crawford fan thought would make him, or not even a Bud Crawford fan, anyone who chose Bud Crawford to win, he displayed those reasons. $1 trillion. When Bud started to time EJ jab with his own power jab, since he's actually a right-handed person, right? But a switch hitter fighter. I knew it was over for EJ. Yeah, we all knew second round. Because EJ usually has a really good jab, masterful performance, masterful. And Bo Mack said it. We're just going to take his jab away. There's ways to take the jab away. He said, without the jab, what else he got? He can't. Everything he does is off the jab. Take it away. Over. And he was absolutely right. I can see Spence fighting Tszyu next or Thurman. I'm going to tell you this too. When Derek James said to Bo Mack, how many of y'all are training Terrence Crawford? 3? He said it as if it was a diss. Now, in hindsight, having a team, seeing different things, coming from different perspectives with different philosophies is going to help train and shape a more complete fighter. Maybe Derek James can use some help when it comes to this rematch against Terrence Crawford. Let me see. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. I'm trying to catch up, y'all. Uh-oh. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. What else we got? I'm catching up, y'all. Let me see. Flex on shit. You got the conferences wrong because you got caught up in EJ saying he would break them. Well, yeah, okay. I think you don't understand, right? So you're having a hard time comprehending. You can have somebody talk shit better. That don't mean he's going to win a fight. EJ was saying he would break him was better shit talking. And Terrence Crawford isn't good shit talking. He's like Joe Lewis. I'm sorry. Joe Lewis would probably not be able to come close to keep it up with Muhammad Ali and shit talking. Muhammad Ali will beat him. He won't come close to Mike Tyson and shit talking, but that doesn't mean they'll win the fight, right? Me too. When it's time to fight, I'm not good talking shit, but I'm a better fighter. EJ was winning the shit talking contest. So I didn't get it wrong. That was my perception of who won the shit talking contest. That doesn't mean if somebody can out joke you, outwit you, talk better than you on dissing you, doesn't mean he can whip your ass. So never think that I'm saying somebody winning the press conferences mean they're going to win the fight. Never think that. All right, hit the Tyson bell. Bud won by being calm. Same way you got the Tank Garcia conferences wrong. How did I get it wrong? It's about talking shit. It's not about being calm. The press conferences, when you have a mic in your face, it's not about being quiet. Then there won't be mics. The press conference is about talking. So you're proving me right. It's about who talks better. Let me see. By showing he was scouting when he said Ryan punch. Oh, you don't know what's going on. You know, that's why I'm doing this job, and you can. Sup, Biz. I think Bud got a lot of backlash because his resume, PBC, Showtime promote the invest and all their fighters. Right. Not some much better than Top Rank. Exactly. And I was saying that when people say, okay, you think Terrence Crawford has a bad resume, it's not his fault. I never said it was his fault. He just has his resume wasn't that impressive. It doesn't mean that it's his fault. So, ShowBizz, you don't think Terrence Crawford would beat the guys Errol Spence beat? I didn't say that either. I'm just saying the fact of the matter is he doesn't what was I going to say? I just got a message that just slowed me up. Oh, not saying that he wouldn't beat those guys. It's just he doesn't have the resume. Let me see. Much better than Top Rank. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. There shouldn't be a rematch. Gap and skill is too wide. Don't even think the Bud versus Charlo should happen. Wow. Why not? Charlo comes forward. Oh no, I'm not going to say that he shouldn't fight him because of a prediction of what I guess. I'd rather see the fight. Let me see. That's what people say about Tyson Fury and Usyk. Tyson Fury beat him anyway. I don't want to see the fight. No, I want to see the fight. Let me see. Just like Errol would be the same result. Bud should fight Thurman and the Canelo. I don't think Bud is even interested in Canelo. You want him to do something he's not interested in. I'll tell you this. I think Bud should fight Charlo, right? And Charlo is undisputed at 154. Yes, please. Become undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Please, Crawford. Please. That's something you shouldn't pass up. Never. Especially when you're not looking like you're slowing down at all. I don't think Spence ever beat Bud after Saturday. I was almost as sad as the Wilder beating Porter. Had that experience with Manny in and out. Oh, good point. Let me see. Spence finna get Creed 2 training. Big Fish revive. Man, yeah, I ain't got that kind of time. I ain't got that kind. I don't know what kind of training he's going to get. I ain't got that kind of time. Let me see. EJ head always stays center when he jabs or put pressure. Bud read that and countered it all night. Same with Devin and Loma. Left leaping jab got Haney. And I want to say this. You can read it, but that doesn't mean you can pull it off. Right? You can actually know the X's and O's, but doesn't mean you can perform it. There's a lot of people who are capable of seeing the flaw Errol Spence has, but couldn't do anything about it. That's why Terrence Crawford's special. Let me see. No excuses, not the accident, no egg-shaped form. Yeah, we ain't got that kind of time, brother. We ain't got that kind of time. What else we got? A new member, baby. Oh, Stephen Ross, 33 months. Thank you, brother. Let me see. Do this mean we're probably not getting Canelo versus Spence? Not according to ShowBizz. If Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford at 154, it's on. So if Errol Spence beats Terrence Crawford at 154, okay, Jermell Charlo loses to Canelo Alvarez. Now Errol Spence versus Jermell Charlo. Canelo Alvarez goes on and fight David Benavidez or Jamal Charlo. Last fight, Errol Spence, if he beats Jermell, he becomes undisputed and try to do what Jermell tried to do. If Jermell can go from 154 to 168, Errol Spence will try the same thing. So if Errol Spence were to beat Terrence Crawford at 154, and ShowBizz was saying that's a good storyline. If Errol Spence were to beat him at 154, you erase the fight at 147. You would, especially Errol Spence fans. They'll say, yeah, he was drained. And it would make sense because Errol Spence, as a kid, fought at 154. As a grown man, you fight at 147 at 33. That's crazy. That's strange, right? If that may had a toll on him. Now, at 154, if he beats Terrence Crawford, that's when you'll say, hey, he only beat him at 147 because now you get rejuvenated on Errol Spence. Errol Spence gets stronger the more he weighs. Let's say Errol Spence at 160, 168. Let's say he fights Canelo Alvarez at 160. They meet in the middle. Hit Tyson down. It's all contingent on what happens in this rematch at 154. Only Charlie Zelenoff can beat Bud 100%. Him and Rolly. Only Rolly Romero can beat Bud. Let me see what Ronnie Shields has to say. Congrats on 200K sub. Thank you so much, brother. Oh, everybody, in order to win the giveaway, so I'm giving away autograph Bud Crawford. I autographed it, right? You guys wanted it in according to the poll. I autographed. These are shirts that I wore and bought. Literally giving you guys the shirts off my back because y'all do the same for me, and y'all showed that when I was at the fight. Autograph Errol Spence Smoking Bud tee. Also autograph Strap Season. You have to be a subscriber, hit the like button, and share. Let me know that you've done those things in the comments, and you can be a candidate for the giveaway. Let me see. Dude, I never read so much in my life. I mean, wrong, but shit. I need to read more. Johnny Boy. Biz, the narratives some of these YouTube boxing media guys are doing now to explain why the fight was so one-sided is pathetic. The doctor, shake my head. I'm not sure. I think that was just, I'm not sure if that is BDA. I don't think that's them. I think that doctor just called in. I'm not even sure that was a doctor. He called himself Dr. 805. That's just a guy called in and said a bunch of shit. I ain't got that kind of time. It's my birthday today, Biz, the big 48. Hey, Boogie. Happy birthday, brother. Hold on, brother. I'm going to need for you to get yours off. Hold on. Here it is.
Ain't no way that you're gonna sit us down.
Get a drink in. Let me see. A cigar or something. I would like to personally see the rematch. I picked Spence, but Crawford handled him. A great first fight for Crawford at 54. Charlo would be next. I don't want to see Bilbo versus Canelo 2. I don't want to see Crawford versus Spence 2. I don't want to see Inoue versus Fulton 2. I mean, if you get your ass whipped, I ain't really trying to see it, brother. I mean, I don't want to see Tank Davis versus Hector Garcia 2. I don't need to see Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis 2. Like, if you get your ass whipped, I'm really not in the mood. I really don't need to see it. I don't need to see Tony Bellew and Usyk. I don't need to see those fights. All right. I know what happened. Let's move on. The only reason you will want to see the fight is if you're personally invested in the fighter and you're just looking out for yourself. Meaning, I want the satisfaction of Errol Spence beating him. I do. And that's an egocentric thing. And like I said, if that's where y'all coming from, y'all should lace up some gloves and win fights yourselves. Get in the amateur circuit and scrap. But don't try to rely on another man to fulfill you. Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford showed to be the better man. I'm not sure if I need to see anything. Let's see how he fared against someone else. Let me see. Shout out to the professionalism Bud gave after the fight. He could have rubbed it in. And shout out to EJ for taking the loss like a man. Yeah, both of them. That's what I'm saying. They're warriors, full of integrity, unlike us as fans. But that's what fanatics do, right? You'll mess around and beat up each other in the stands for the NFL, which football is back, baby. But y'all, we go fighting each other in the stands. And the NFL players are swapping jerseys with each other and in the club later that night. I still don't understand the concept, and I'm trying to help shape the boxing culture and boxing community and boxing fans to not be that way. We should all be rejoicing together like the War Room was doing in that arena Saturday night. We all should be rejoicing together and happy that we all won by getting the fight. But to hate each other is the dumbest shit in the world. While you're getting all that negative energy and trying to hurt each other, the fighters are shaking hands and getting to the bag. It is the silliest thing in the world. I picked TC to win, but never thought it'd be that one-sided. By round 5, it was sad to see Errol like that. Yeah, bro. I love both fighters. Terrence Crawford is just that great. We know now. And that's all I want to know. That's all. That's the reason why we watch combat sports. Who's better? Who's the best? He hit him in the liver and made him pay. I saw that. For it in the second round. I saw that. By knocking him down, you called it, Biz. Yeah, dog. There, but I called a lot of different things. with that fight. I really did. I was trying to see who I would predict to win. So I was like, if this happened, if this happened, if this happened, if this happened. And there were things that I called, but there was also countered things. Like, okay, but if Errol Spence does this, this wouldn't happen, right? All in all, I don't think, other than Frazier and Foreman, I don't think I've ever seen an elite fighter get beaten that one-sidedly in a fight as long as I've been watching boxing. Let me see. Bud made Spence look bad. It was a style nightmare. I told you that Bud will neutralize Spence's jab and watch him weeks before the fight. You dismissed my prediction. I called it. Okay, brother, you're the man. All right, you're the GOAT. Start a channel too, bro. Let me see. A rematch will have the same outcome. I feel that way. Errol Spence needs to stay out the ring for a year or two. I'm not sure if he's that damaged. I'm not sure. Medically, he seems to be okay. Dude got damaged. It seems like he's medically okay. Even talk different afterwards. Everyone does. Everyone does. When your lips are swollen up, brother, he can beatbox with the best of them. His lips were so swollen. All right. I mean, a coach right? Everything he said started with a B, right? So, I mean, if you look like that, how you want him to talk? It hurts just to stretch your face. You saw when he was walking, he kept his mouth open. Bruh, have you ever been punched in the face? Shit. That's how you feel, bruh. It's worse than a stuffed nose, I promise you. So, really, have you ever watched boxing before? That's how fighters sound when they've been TKO, been beat like that. Let me see. I love how Bud didn't thank Al Heyman. Boots next. I don't think he ever fights Boots. I don't think that ever happens. I think he's on his Sugar Ray Leonard. A fight with Boots would be great. That's a fight we won't get, or whatever it is. Let me see. For welterweight, is Crawford on Julian Jackson level of striking ability? I'm hungry to see more with Bud. What does he and Thurman look like? Shit, he may cave Thurman whole body in. Bud control of distance, timing, and power was too much for a Spence that's been out of the ring since Ugas. Recipe for disaster. That's what I thought initially. There's no way. I remember I was saying for months, there's no way Errol Spence being out the ring that long can beat a fighter on the caliber of Terrence Crawford, until I saw that media workout. And I was like, holy shit, he looks amazing. But he was like 160 pounds, which I'm like, there's no way he's 140 anything. And that media workout wasn't that far away from the fight. So he looked great at that media workout for sure. He was like 160 pounds. He was closer to his natural weight. I didn't take that into consideration. All I know is when he stood on the scale, he looked amazing, right? Because he was rehydrating well. And so did Terrence Crawford. We had a fight, all right? And fighting, regardless, is about preparation as well. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. My 2 cents, I think there was nothing wrong with Spence. I don't think anything wrong with him. However, given the tendencies, I still don't think he would have won. Bud he was in his bag. He was in his bag for sure. Cherokee is the GOAT. I had an ex that looked and was shaped like her. Dog, what? How far away am I from? Can we have a moment of silence for Cheese? 100,000 lost. So sorry, brother. Dog, chick is out here being really rude. Let me see. Bud versus Spence is similar to James Toney versus Iran Barkley. Go back and look at the faces of Barkley, Spence, but faces of Bud and James Toney looked untouched. Plus, there was scar tissue for Errol Spence, so his face really looked. Line them up, Crawford would beat them. A new member, baby. Hit the Tyson bell. 100,000. Look, I'm not mad at the 100,000. I'm celebrating that he had it to bet. Cheese had 100,000 to bet. That's where the celebration comes. People, hey, you lost 4,000 bids. I have 4,000 to bat. There should. Hold on, man. Let's give Cheese his love for being a human being that can have 100,000 to bet.
So DJ spin the sound.
I know what to celebrate. I would like to see Charlo versus Bud for undisputed at 154. If Canelo softened Charlo like Triple G did to Brooke, I got Terrence again. Man, Errol Spence be whooping on Jamel. Terrence about to get that back. EJ is a B+ fighter, same as Sean Porter. Wait, what is going on? Why does it seem like it's the same? Fulton, Spence, Pee Wee, and my money. McCallum. Listen, bro. Rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman, bro. That hurt. Biz search Dr. 805 for Errol brain breakdown. What do you think this fight? This did you read the? Did you look at the thumbnail? Did you look at the title of the show? Bro, come on, don't. You got to read before you just jump in, brother. You got to read before you just jump in. Yeah, who is Dr. 805? You give me his first and last name and his credentials, and then we'll talk about it. Let me see. Can we put respect on Sean Porter's name? Errol was laughing because Porter Sr. saved his son. Sean did better against Bud, 100%. 100% he did. Do you believe Crawford is dog? Amir Khan did better. Do you believe Crawford is headed for a matchup with Canelo? If so, who you got? No, and I don't think Crawford is interested. Let me see. I think Crawford's 36 and he ready to become undisputed again against Jamel and go on by the business. Let me see. For EJ looked like Nipsey Russell after 10 minutes. He did. I swear, I thought about that, but I didn't want too many jokes. All right. I did think about that. That dude looked like slide some oil to me. Let it trickle down my spine. I mean, since he's healthy, he is healthy. All right. This is the only joke I got. Slide some oil to me. But he did have a little bit of that. Bud versus Money May. Most people just give it to Floyd because he's Floyd, but I have a hard time believing it would be competitive. No, I think most people would give it to Floyd because Floyd beat Oscar De La Hoya at 154. Floyd beat Miguel Cotto at 154. He beat Diego Corrales. He beat Sugar Shane Mosley. He beat Zab Super Judah. He beat Manny Pacquiao. We're naming names that Terrence Crawford doesn't have close on his resume. And Floyd Mayweather, he beat Canelo Alvarez. He beat him when he was out of his prime, and Canelo Alvarez wasn't close, right? And so I think people aren't just pulling that out their asses. I think it's easy to forget how good Floyd was and who he fought. I'm not sure if Terrence Crawford beats Oscar De La Hoya. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Terrence Crawford beats Manny Pacquiao. I'm not sure about that. Actually, I think Oscar De La Hoya beats him, and I think Manny Pacquiao does. But with that said, I know Floyd Mayweather beat them. So for me, if I were to put money on it, I'll put money on what I've seen. And when you look at Floyd in his 36 years and Terrence Crawford in his 36 years, Floyd was a better fighter than Terrence Crawford. He was. If you don't think so, fine. We're just going to have to agree to disagree. But, bro, I witnessed, I lived through Floyd and Terrence Crawford, and it's obvious to me who's the better fighter. Bud would make Jake Paul look like a Mickey Mouse Club kid. Dog, why would, what? Who's talking about Jake Paul? That's not even a part of the conversation. Let me see. I got to catch up, y'all. If Spence does face Crawford again, win or lose, should he retire after or still move up? If Spence does face Crawford again, win or lose, well, they're going to fight at 154. Should he move up again after 150? No, if he loses, it all depends on how he looks. If he looks as bad as he did and absorbs another beating, he should retire. How was that Eminem entrance in the building? Everybody was lit. Everybody lost their minds. As soon as they saw him, before he even started rapping, they lost their minds. I just hope Spence is all right now. He is. I played the receipts. Spence is doing great right now. Let me see. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Do you think the fight says anything about trainers stretching themselves too thin? The attention needed in the camp to prepare for Bud hopefully wasn't cut thin by DJ going between so many trainers. No, he was focused on Errol Spence. That was his focus. Everything's on because Errol Spence is his guy. That's his cash cow. That's his guy he's been with since down here. He was focused. This was the fight of the ages. DJ wasn't taking time from Errol Spence. It's just Terrence Crawford, bro. Terrence Crawford is better than him. Just like Foreman was better than Frazier. Errol will bounce back. We'll see. Crawford has been that dude since Andre Ward left. Facts. He's the man of the 4-belt era. He represents the 4-belt era. As the male fighter, Clarissa Shields represents it on the female side. Terrence Crawford was one of the first ones to become undisputed in the 4-belt era, and now, right now, the last one. So, and he did it twice. He runs it. With that being said, I was very concerned with what I saw in Spence health-wise. I don't know what I saw him health-wise. I hope it was just his face and not his brain. I think about McCullough. He's fine, though. Errol is fine. My thing is, I don't know how he is health-wise. He got beat up. I've seen guys beat up, face look beat up, especially this guy has had skin grafts and stuff like that. So I can't look at his face and act like Dr. 805, which any doctor wouldn't do that. They wouldn't look at someone's face and say that they have early dementia. It's ridiculous. So no doctor of any merit of integrity would do that. Okay. So to look at somebody's face and say that he got brain damage, that is very irresponsible. Let me see. You're missing that it can get worse by day. So maybe. So it only got worse for Terrence Crawford. He's been sparring and shit for 3 years now. 18 months he was gone and fought Danny Swift Garcia. Fine. Then another 15 months he was gone and fought Ugas. Fine. He's talking and everything. Nobody's seeing shit. He's actually looking better than ever. But it's worse when it gets to Terrence. Terrence just beating, bruh. I'm going to tell y'all something. Terrence is better than him, bruh. And if you look at how Errol Spence fights, how he decided to fight by leaving his arm out there after punching, not getting himself back, leaning forward over his front foot, somebody like Terrence Crawford, or forget somebody like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford does precisely that to that performance. He does precisely that to that performance. And he would have done it to Sean Porter too, if Sean Porter would have been bullheaded and just pushed forward all night. Sean Porter's face would have been busted up too. And he would have been dribbled off the canvas too. Sean Porter said, forget that. And he tried to jump in and jump out. He made an adjustment. Errol Spence said, as long as I apply pressure, he should break. And he did, and he stayed on that until he got beat. And that was crazy hard, but he stood on that. Let me see. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Let me see. 3K in here, only 1,000 likes. Hit the like. Yeah, everybody hit the like. Please hit the like. I know it's difficult, but that I know it's your arms heavy, mom spaghetti. Just boom, hit the like for me. All right. Let me see. What else we got? This is y'all day for sure. You said Prime Pacquiao whips Prime Crawford. I don't know. Okay, but I feel like so. I don't. Let me see. We just gonna have to just agree to disagree. Big Rick, thank you so much, my brother. Let me see. 3K people in here. So happy to see all of your success. You deserve it. Thank you so much, my brother. Hit the Tyson bell. It sucks he never fought Pac because Bud is a killer. Well, Pac signed the contract. Bud didn't, right? Pac signed a contract with Errol Spence. Errol Spence got hurt. Man, that fight was made. See, Pacquiao's different. Pacquiao's different. There are people who somehow can't get the best fights. And then there are people who somehow fights them all. See, that's why Showtime Sean Porter to me is so great. Everybody else finds it difficult to make fights. Somehow he fought all of them at their best. Somehow Sean Porter fought all of them at their best, but we can't make matchups happen. Right? You look at certain people's resume. You look at Teofimo Lopez. How is it that he fought Lomachenko and Josh Taylor? How is it that, Anthony Joshua has the resume he has and others can't make fights happen? How is it Canelo Alvarez resume is so lit, so young, but people can't make fights happen? So when y'all ask me about people like Floyd Mayweather, whose resume is ridiculous, and Manny Pacquiao, we don't have to guess what they would do. We saw them. So the credit that I give Terrence Crawford when I say not just how he performed against Errol Spence, but how you never question if he's ready. Errol Spence, you have to question what Errol Spence we're going to see. Terrence Crawford, you know what Terrence Crawford you're going to see. That goes to his greatness. Same as Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, those boys. You don't have to guess what they would have done against certain fighters. They fought them. That lets you know how they are with their heart too, their courage, what they're willing to give up and sacrifice, and how much they put fighting first. No matter what Floyd says. Floyd fought them all. He got that currency because of his legacy that he built. So that's what I mean when I talk about how great Pacquiao is, how he will fare against Terrence Crawford. Because unlike Terrence Crawford, Pacquiao fought all of them. He fought them all in the Tyson belt. And the all that he fought is a better environment than those who are around now. Weren't better than the fighters that Pacquiao fought. If you look at Floyd Mayweather, the fighters now aren't better than those guys. Do you know what Zab Judah would be on right now? A prime Zabby? Let me see. Do you know what Cotto would be on right now? Let me see. They just can't give Crawford his props, Biz. No, because they take it personally. But we're shaping that. We're changing things. Flex on them. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. For the sake of argument, if they rematch at 154 and Spence wins, would that change your mind about all these conspiracies? No. What conspiracy? No. It'll just be Terrence Crawford is not as good at 154, and Errol Spence is better at 154. Terrence Crawford is a person too, right? So if Terrence Crawford is coming from 130, 135, and ends up at 154 at 37 years old and doesn't look quite as good, I understand it. So if Errol, that's what I'm saying. But I won't be able to quantify how much, just like this fight, how much is due to what? If Spence were to beat Crawford at 154 and Crawford's 36, 37 years old, I get it. And I'll just be like, that's, now you're in a world where Errol Spence is stronger and he's better. That's how I would look at it, but I wouldn't look at it as any conspiracies for this 147-pound fight. Fortunately, I can talk smack and whoop ass. There you go, Salate. Bro, how far back am I? As a Spence fan, Bud was looking like a hitman. Shit. Flex on him, brother. My arm's done. Love your channel. You keep real non-biased for 100%. You need to teach Boxing Ego how to run a channel that is not an echo chamber of the same opinions. Look, The reason why I'm unbiased, and it will help a lot of people be unbiased. You guys know I told that story about when Roy Jones lost, I felt like I lost. And when we met him, he didn't know who I was. As a grown man, I realized I would never be attached to another grown man who's actually a stranger by umbilical cord ever again. All right. I was consumed by his loss for years, for like 2 years. Right. Any excuses tonight, Roy, Glenn John? Like, I was in bad shape. Tarver 3, I was in bad shape. I would never be that invested again. And I realized no matter who wins or lose in the ring, nothing happens to me. So why am I butthurt? These are two gladiators in an arena whooping on each other for my entertainment. Why would I get emotionally invested? Unless I got a bag on it. And if I got a bag I can't afford, I'm really pissed. Let me see. $5. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much, brother. Joking, proud of you, Biz. Saute, much love, my brother. Let me see. Eminem has won the ring walk. Yeah, you ain't lying. Oh, Brandon Hall, flex on. Seep, left hand on you. Pow, King Kong ain't got on me, Biz. I haven't seen a systematic beatdown like that live since Hopkins and Trinidad. I never saw that live. You talking about on TV? Yeah. Definitely didn't see that happening. Yeah, very few people did. Spence just needs to rest and focus on healing and regroup at 54. Crawford is just better, period. Yep. But back to Vegas and Sep, keep doing your thing. I think I'm going to be, and I've been invited to Vegas for September. And I think I'm showing up with Miz Biz again, who is absolutely gorgeous. That attend. Miz Biz said, look, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I was the proudest man in the arena. Spence went from being Bud toughest fight to becoming a tune-up for Bud at 154 for Charlo. People think Bud going to fight the same if he makes adjustments. People think Bud going to fight the same if he makes adjustments. Bud is, what did I say in my short? I said there are certain fighters who don't make much of a game plan. They know how to make adjustments in the ring. They have a plan A, right? But they will figure out plans B, C, and D in the ring. Gervonta Tank Davis is one of those guys. Sugar Shakur Stevenson, another one of those guys. Those guys are considered water. Water always beat rock. Somehow I predicted rock this time, like an idiot. But when you have that ability to see something in the ring, like I said, the nicest rappers are the ones who can freestyle. When you can freestyle, you're the nicest. Yeah, you could write a song, but when you can freestyle, you can do more shit. You're an MC. Errol Spence could write a good song. Terrence Crawford could freestyle. So in the ring, when it comes to Jermell Charlo as well, he could write a good song. But he's about to, if they fight at 154, he's going to fight a guy who can on the fly say, look at your shoes. Talk about you personally in the middle of a rap, meaning that if you show him this wrinkle, he got something for your ass. Terrence Crawford is a gold standard of greatness and, to be quite honest, one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life. Now, I knew that before, but now I definitely know. Let me see. Biz done forgot twice dimension. Yeah. I forgot twice. That's Donnie. Earl hit a blunt before the fight for his anxiety. Man, that's what people are saying, that he was high. We'll see if nothing comes out with the drug test. Like I said, I need data. If my data can't be, I eyeballed it, I looked at him in his eyes, I can't do that. It has to be data. He takes the drug test. If nothing comes back, he was fine. But in order to make this rematch happen, you need a good conspiracy. I'm gonna be quite honest here. The conspiracy about the brain damage is fugazi, but if that goes viral, we got a rematch that people going to tune into. Why? because people are going to be emotionally invested saying that Errol Spence is a shell of himself and they're going to be afraid for him. Know how I know? It happened with Evander the Real Deal, Holyfield versus Iron Mike Tyson. If you weren't around for that fight, you wouldn't know this. But all of us who experienced the fight live, Evander Holyfield had a heart condition. He was diagnosed with a heart condition, and they were saying that he shouldn't fight. He could die in the ring. He ended up getting his license reinstated after he said that he was healed by a priest. We were like, get that shit out of here. They ran tests on him. His heart was fine. They allowed him to fight. We were like, oh no, you're about to fight Mike Tyson. There's no way you were healed by a priest. That's how we were feeling. We thought we were going to see a massacre that night, Mike Tyson versus Holyfield. And there was a chill in the air of fear for the livelihood, the life of Evander Holyfield. And Evander Holyfield TKO'd Mike Tyson in the 10th. So, if this conspiracy jumps and people are behind it saying that he had brain, that'll be a reason, just like Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3, a reason to buy the pay-per-view and tune in because you're fearful for a guy's life. When in actuality, Errol Spence is fine. Let me see. Does Boots Ennis stand a chance? Of course. He's water. Of course. $1 trillion. Should DJ have thrown in the towel? No. No. Because what happened was, I think Terrence Crawford took it easy. Look at when Terrence Crawford walked away from Errol Spence and pointed at Jermell Charlo. That was a sparring session. He was taking it easy. He pointed at him like he was taking it easy. There was a time where you can tell he pulled up, maybe around the 3rd round or something like that. He pulled up, right? So I think that how he was catching Errol was enough for the referee, allow the referee to call it. Don't forget, the referee looked at him, 3rd, 4th round when he was coming out the corner. He looked at him. DJ knew that that Errol Spence's health was in the right hands with Harvey Dock, was in the right hands. So it played out properly. And where fans don't have to say anything, have him go out on his shield, any of those things, it happened properly. Errol Spence is fine. It's just that the scar tissue in his face after the accident and the reconstructive surgery, when you look at his face, is very alarming. So you think something's wrong with his head, his brain. But Errol Spence said that his head's up like a nosebleed. He's fine, bro. He's fine. Let me see. Bud even pulled back. There you go. I wish he just KO'd, him earlier. Too much abuse. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, his empathy could have caused more damage. Yeah. You know, that's why they say Muhammad Ali is the most dangerous fighter to have ever lived. Right? Him and Archie Moore. Right? They say Evander Holyfield was pretty dangerous too. Just enough power to keep you standing. That's that shit. Let me see. Bud, Inoue, Tank all took the jab away from their opponent and beat them with timing, speed, and made the fight look easy. What's your thoughts, Biz? Bud, Inoue, Tank are special fighters. Special fighters. That's why I keep saying Tank may be the best one. I love Sugar Shakur, but he may be the best one because he has all those things. I keep telling you guys, and I know you guys don't like me saying it, but Bud isn't a slick fighter. Neither is Tank. They got slickness, but they're not slick fighters. Inoue, he has slickness. If you look at his footwork and his thing, he's like Pacquiao. They got slickness, but they're not slick fighters. They're boxer punchers. They're boxer punchers. They're going to make you miss. They're going to counter you. They can fight you, right? Let their hands go. They let their hands go nice, but they got power, knockout power. Bud, Inoue, Tank, devastating knockout power, but they can box you. When people say that the slick fighters are the more dangerous ones, it's the boxer punchers. They're the, boxer punchers are the worst. See, they'll take your jab away and knock you out with a jab, right? All of them will knock you out with a jab. They'll drop you for sure. Let me see. Thank you for the content, ShowBizz. Keep up the great work. In my opinion, this fight could be a fight of the decade. Really, all action, This fight? No, man, that was a one-sided beating. No. We need a fight that's a fight that could be fight of the decade. Right? Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. Let me see. Flex on him. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. That could have been the ass whipping of the day. Buzz, you're the best boxer stream. Spence is a warrior. Crawford is, as I have continuously said in this war room, Bud is a special fighter to Zoo. I mean, Zoo would be a much more competitive fight than Spence moving forward. Everybody would. Everybody that Crawford faced were more competitive. But Tim Zoo, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. You know, you can't help but to lean towards Terrence because he may be even better at 154. Let me see. What's next for Bud? Errol Spence in December in a rematch. Let me see. Number one, Biznatic here. In your opinion, would you consider is Inoue second after Bud? I put up my pound for pound list. And my pound for pound list are full of undisputed fighters. And I have Bud 1, Inoue 2. I do. But you should check it out. Flex on him, my man Daryl. Shit. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. I called it, Biz. Everybody did. Not the winner, but I said that grappling would be key in the fight. Bud controlled the grappling space out of the gate. Unfortunately, Spence had no plan B. Can I get my love for my insight? Salute, Biz. Yes. And I want to say this, Daryl, you great insight. And I want to say this to everybody who called it. All of y'all had great insight. Everybody makes it about them. But listen, all of you who called whatever y'all called in a fight, great insight. Hit the Tyson bell. We all watch boxing enough to where there was stuff that we called the uppercut. If Terrence Crawford takes the jab away, his wrestling ability is going to help him in the clinch. You know what I mean? Errol Spence has to stay defensively responsible. He may have ring rust. Will the weight drain affect him? We all said these points, all right? And kudos to everybody knowing boxing enough to bring those points up. Biz, Bud looked like he was 160 pounds in the ring. 3-fight PBC deal with Canelo. Charlo, then Bud twice at 160. Charlo, then Bud twice at 160. That would be huge. I don't see that, but that would be huge. But I don't see it. I really don't see Bud versus Canelo. I really don't. If so, Bud is one of the greatest fighters ever, period, just for fighting Canelo. At that point, I put him in the top 15 fighters of all time, just for fighting Canelo. I don't give a damn if he gets his head knocked off. That's just insane. If he becomes two times undisputed, then fight Canelo. 3 times undisputed. 3 times undisputed, then fight Canelo. That now, what do you think EJ's loss means for Ryan Garcia? Nothing. Nothing. I don't think it means anything. Why would it mean something? I don't think it means anything. I really don't. A new member, baby. What his loss mean for AJ? Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin, Jamel Charles. I don't know what. Nothing. David, what's up, my brother? Stylistically, Bud probably wins the rematch too. Maybe the fight will be more competitive. Errol looked like De La Hoya versus Pacquiao. I can mess with the whole weight drain thing. I can mess with that. Right? But my response to that is Terrence Crawford had a hard time making weight too. Flex on him. Hold on. Seep. Left hand on you. Pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Everybody hit the like, though. We don't have enough likes in here. Let me see. ShowBizz, congrats on your success. Your show is great, my G. Keep going. You're helping boxing. JD McKiskey. Dog, thank you so much, brother. Hold on. Let me give you your love, dog. Let me give you your love. Wait, hold on. Is that it? Let me see. Box Rec updated. Has been suspended till September 28th. September 28th. That's 3 months. Then that TKO, it was an extended suspension. Let me look at it. If it got updated, that's an extended That's past the 30 days. August. Yeah, that's an extended suspension. Hold on real quick. I think I got a cash app. You need to replace that hat with a pool. Moist boys. Let me see. Let's look at it. Let's look at Errol Spence. Box wreck. He went under that medical tent. Let's see if they updated it. What took y'all asses so long? What took y'all so damn long now? I don't see a suspension. I don't see a suspension. I'm looking and I don't see a suspension. Not that I can see. Oh, here we go. Suspended by Nevada until September 28th. Yep. Finally got that suspended. There you go. Hit the Tyson Bell. Brother, I was about to say that means that guy's squeaky clean. So yeah, he shouldn't be training or anything until October. And then that's 8 weeks for the man. Shit. I don't think that fight should happen in December. And then flex on him. Well, I don't know. Roll out. Oh wait, that's not a flex on him. Oh wait, a Bud took my prime chain before the fight. Funny. That's Optimus. Almost flexed on Optimus. Let me see. Damn chick, really, dog. How far back? Okay, y'all. I can't. Y'all gotta please stop super chatting for a minute because I gotta catch up. Sad thing is that although we saw Crawford's best performance, we still hadn't seen Crawford at his ultimate best. That's crazy to think about. I think this is his best. I really do. I think this is his absolute best. Let me see. So that's why Ms. Biz wasn't smiling. She was like 4K. Wasn't smiling. She was smiling all night. Ms. Biz saw Andre 3. No, brother, we no, you shouldn't count my pockets either. You don't really know what's going on over here. I'm tired of the casuals like Stephen A. talking about retirement for Spence. He got his ass whipped. Yeah. This is boxing on to the next. Yeah. I'm not thinking retirement right now. I'm not thinking retirement for Spence right now. What else we got? Crawford was giving me Sugar Ray Robinson vibes. Not me. He didn't fight anything like Sugar Ray Robinson, but he was his hands were nice with it. Bud did EJ like Salvador Sanchez versus Wilfredo Gomez. Man, that was a good fight. He did him like Foreman did Frazier though. Y'all chill. Jamel ain't Spence. And he right-handed. Good point. Floyd don't want none. Spence won't fight in December. There's a chance Spence won't fight in December, but Spence, I know personally that Spence, nobody's going to be able to shake him from that rematch. All right, he's dialed in. People making excuses for Errol, making him look bad. Yeah, I know, treat him like a baby, and they did for Wilder too. Now he's a baby that got to be comforted. He even said real men don't make excuses, even if they had one. Which feels like there's an excuse being brewing. But put respect on his name. He'll be back better. He'll be back. I'm not sure how much better. We'll have to see, but he's definitely coming back. He ain't playing no games. Let me see. Miguel Vasquez, thank you so much, my brother. Orange. Biz, what do you think of Regis versus Haney coming up? And Regis' last fight showed why Haney is a bad matchup for him. I got Haney. A new member, baby. Salute from the big old Nebraska. Thank you for everything you're doing for boxing. Me and my son listen to you regularly. Man, shout out to you and your boy, man. Shout out. That's great. Father and son, watching boxing, learning, you teaching them. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Fantastic. I'm telling y'all, Spence had allergy problems from the wildfires. Funny but true. The air quality just went back to normal. Reason his eyes looked like that. Looked like he was hanging with Snoop Dogg before the fight. That makes sense. But it's all conspiracy. We're guessing. It's all theories. The doctor and his wife, we should play for chat. No, because who's his wife? Who's the doctor? Before I go, I just want to ask you guys, what's the doctor's name? Biz, you think TC should fight Boots next? I would love that. Yeah. but he won't. He's gonna fight Errol Spence next in a rematch. Bro, can you play me some MJ? Sully, you know I got you, dog. Well, I mean, I have no idea why you think I wouldn't have you, dog. You don't.
So DJ spin the sound.
Has you, dog. What is the doctor's name? Can somebody tell me before I go? Because I gotta go. Did you see Bud 2 hand push off jab in the 9th? I had to watch it in slow motion. Did you see Bud 2 hand push off jab in the 9th? I had to watch that. So I gotta see that. No, I don't recall that. Stop it, Biz. If your kid was sick, you would only need to look at him to tell. Dog, shut your ass up. Flex on him. Here we go. Seep, pow. King Kong ain't got on me. My man can see brain. Shut your 1 in a million. Back at it again. Do you think the 18-month layoff with no tune-up had a factor on how Spence performed? Do you think if Spence gets a couple of fights in and comes back more on point, he deserves a rematch? Yeah, if he comes back more on point and then he has his rematch clause, you know what I'm saying? Because he has the rematch clause, so he can do that. But I don't think he's on Terrence Crawford's level after what I saw. But after what I saw, you see that he didn't look his best. But to diagnose him by looking at him and say his brain, you're smoking. Remind me when T.O. stood too long at 135, EJ 154. What is the doctor's name? Biz, I'm late getting in here. What was up with letting Spence take the beats home the night of the fight? I don't know, dog. What was the name of the doctor? Can somebody tell me? Errol needs to rest. December is too soon after a knockout. Yeah, with that suspension up until September. Oh, ain't nothing but a gangster party. Flex on him. Seep. Left hand on you. Pow. King Kong ain't got on me. Somebody please tell me. What's the name of the doctor? Remind me when T.O. stood at 135. I don't know what that means. Love you, boy. Proud of you, Biz. Man, my man, dog. Problem child with the cricket smile, man. Much love to you, brother. Proud of you, brother. This was T.O. Loma fight. TC looked locked in because this was T.O. Loma fight. No. This was like you've never seen before. Can somebody tell me the doctor's name? I need to catch up because I know y'all are trying to tell me. Let me see. Flex on him. Shit. Seep, pow. Let me see. When it comes to boxing commentary, nobody beats the Biz. Thank you so much, my brother. Another response to the weight drain is they both signed the contract. Errol made no excuses as well. Right. I was rooting for Errol, but Bud is a beast and he definitely deserves all the credit. Yeah, every bit of it. If Mel beat Nello and Bud beat EJ again, would the sanctioning bodies allow Bud and Mel 154 to have undisputed belts from 54 and 68 like I can't see that. WBA allowed Leo and Tank to have both 130 and 135 belts on the line. I can't see that, but who knows? Who knows what sanctioning body's going to do? Do you believe it is smart for Spence should fight in December due to the fact that he has a concussion? Yeah, if the doctors say he'll be fine by September, then he's fine. Right? They know better than I do. You got to understand. I listen to the professionals because I did not go to school for 10 years. I have no medical background and I can't try to fill it out. That's why we go to doctors, right? When you're sick or if you have an illness or a disease, you don't try to, look at the moon and rub your hands together and put alcohol on. Like, brother, you go to a professional. So I listen to the professionals. If the professionals say a concussion or whatever's going on with him, he'll be fine by September 28th. That's when he'll be released. Then that's what it is. Me trying to go off a whim and taste the air and feel what I'm just not that ridiculous. So you're a doctor. You guys have done this forever. You guys know the brain. You guys got experience dealing with fighters, you know what's up. That's what it is. Let's go. Biz, that fight actually hurt so much, I almost teared up. Many people did, brother. You weren't alone. I can't imagine how you felt seeing Roy versus Tom. No, now I know exactly how you feel. Man, dude, my ex-wife knows. I couldn't sleep for weeks. Can we address the fact that Mean Machine gave Bud a tougher fight? Where is it at? Than EJ. After all, that talk about Bud not fighting anybody. He makes him look like nobody. Mean Machine isn't a great fighter. It's not like because Mean Machine gave him a tougher fight that Mean Machine is a great fighter. He's not a great fighter, right? But Terrence Crawford does the same thing to everybody. That's all. But that doesn't mean that Mean Machine is a great fighter. That doesn't validate Mean Machine, right? Let me see. It's just Terrence Crawford. When he got you in his scope, it's a wrap. Do you think Derrick James is getting exposed as a trainer? Frank Martin didn't look good, and Spence was like a deer caught in the headlights. Well, so what that means, exposed means that the great years that he's had that put him as trainer of the year was all fake. No, he's not getting exposed. Terrence Crawford is one of the greatest fighters ever. For one of the greatest fighters ever to beat Errol Spence, that's exposing Derrick James? No. Frank Martin, that's y'all. Y'all hyped up Frank Martin way more than I did. I think he's good, but y'all was acting like he was undefeatable, right? But he still won. Right? He can't. New member. Oh no, a member for 38 months. Thank you so much. Wes, thank you so much, my brother. Let me see. I've been here since fight night, and you motivated me professionally as I've seen you grow. I think after watching you and Ms. Biz at the fight, where you will be in 2 years. Thank you so much, my brother. I'm definitely gonna grow. So hold on, man. His name is Dr. 805. No, what's his name? Dr. 805. No, what's his name? Dr. 3. No, what is the Dr. Manhattan? What is his name, y'all? Dr. Pepper. I'm saying, can somebody tell me his name? My bad. I meant take the belts home. Oh, what's his name? Flex on him. I'm on my Ali. What is the doctor's name? Seep, pow. Great fight. I picked the round and all. You the man. From the locker, we were all smiles, laser focus. Crawford was already the pound for pound. Now he's about the greatest. Y'all will say no. When he cleans 154, will be sweet. Respect Chico Lopez. Shout out to Chico Lopez. Chico Lopez knows all. If you need to know what a result of a fight will be, ask Chico Lopez. He'll give you the direct answer. Got one for y'all. This camp and preparation was 10 times. That played a role. Chico Lopez. My man. Let me see. Why do I have to shut my behind up? Stop being moist. Crawford won fair and square, but Spence was glazed looking. Because let me tell you why I need to shut up. Because if I see that my son is a little tired, I can't tell if he has a heart condition. If I see that my son look a little lethargic, I can't tell if he has a brain tumor. I can't tell that he has cancer. I don't know if it's a common cold or if it's something more. That statement was very dumb. That's why I said shut up. You know it's dumb. You cannot look at somebody's glass eyes and say he has early stages of dementia. There's not one doctor who would say that and would jump to that. Like my man said, he could just have allergies. He could have been smoking weed. We don't. It could have been a whole host of things. So I'm saying what I told you to shut your ass up because what you said was very dumb in front of over 2,000 people. All right. So hold on. Let me give you this. Let me give you this. Let me get this. Let me give you this. I tried to help you. You should have taken that comment was dumb. Umar. Buzz smiles at Charlo while Spence was down. That was demon time right there. Dr. Bias. Oh God, thank goodness. Woo, I finally got to the end. Wow. Okay. This show was all for you guys for sure. All right, because y'all got y'all shit off. Okay. The point I wanted to make was this. How can any adult hear a guy? I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying, how can any adult hear a guy's voice tell you I'm a doctor? No credentials, no name, just Dr. 805. And he gives a diagnosis over video, which doctors shouldn't do. And y'all say he's right. Either way, because that means it doesn't take much for y'all. That means that I can just say that I'm a doctor. I can just say I'm an accountant and tell you where to put your money. Obviously, right. Nobody knows his name. I said, what's his name? Dr. 805. That means somebody can knock on your damn door and you'll say, who is it? And he can say, Jesus Christ. And if he says it with a tough enough accent, you opening up the door. See, y'all some damn fools. All right. I need more. I need more credentials. I need to know who he is. This guy was talking about how he was he was an expert on steroids. Okay. So I don't know what the hell's going on. All right. I need more than somebody who sounds smart. There's a lot of sound smart scam artists that get you out your money all the time. All right. Or maybe not enough of you guys are from the hood. You need more street smarts than that. Hey, man, come around the corner. I got some money for you. See, that's how y'all move. I don't move like that. And to just hear a voice saying that I'm Dr. 805, bro. All right. And tell me this guy got early stages of dementia and y'all mess with it. You know, something's wrong. Something's like, yeah, he's Dr. Doolittle. Something is extremely strange. And I don't blame him. I blame y'all. But I'm going to tell you this, though. If you touch on someone's insecurities enough, you can get them to buy into anything. Even if it's a pay-per-view of a rematch where you guys know what the first fight showed you. ShowBizz The Adult. I'm going to tell you this. I told you guys in that conspiracy video what we need in order for this pay-per-view to sell. We need a good conspiracy. Now, I'm going to ask you guys before I leave. I'm going to ask you guys. I promote fights, right? I'm not an official promoter, but obviously I get y'all hype for fights. So this community, y'all want to get excited about a fight, y'all come here. Let me ask you. I'm going to ask you this once. Do you guys want me to promote this rematch? If so, we can let y'all toy around with that conspiracy. Because conspiracies is the only way to make people buy into it. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want from me. I never said that reading is fundamental. I don't know what you said. All right. You don't know what you said. Let me see. Hell no. Yes. No rematch. No, see, y'all figure it out. Y'all figure out. Promote. Y'all figure it out. You figure it out. 805 says, don't waive Spence fight. Y'all figure it out. Just tell the truth. That's what I would like to do. The last time I told the truth, y'all said Wilder really had a dent in his head, and then it popped back in place. Now, when you could touch on insecurities and make people really say some dumb shit. All right? You can touch on insecurities and make people really say some dumb shit. If with me telling the truth, with me telling the truth, there's going to be a lot of people mad. If you want to live in a lie and buy, we can try. Let me see. Daryl, Spence needs to develop a mid-range jumper, for the rematch. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Hey, I'm dying. Hey. Canelo versus Benavidez before Spence versus Canelo. Hey. Y'all want to know the play? Let them live. Y'all want to know the play? I'm going to tell y'all the play. The play is, look at you, though. Look at me. I'm out of there. I'm an ugly man and everything. I'm not smart. I'm a clown. But let me tell you the play. The play is Terrence. Move on. Hold on. The autopsy showed. The play is Terrence Crawford, 2-time undisputed. Legend goes up to 154, fight Errol Spence. If Errol Spence wins, that was his more natural weight class. He dared to be great, stay at 147, couldn't do it. That was his more natural weight class. He beats an all-time great fighter like Terrence Crawford at 154. Canelo versus Spence, biggest fight ever. That's the play. Y'all want to work on that? We can make this work. I've had lingering sinus issues for 5 years. Can y'all get me in touch with Buckingham so he can look at me and I can figure out what's going on? Biz, remember the beating Diego Corrales took from Floyd and later came back 2 years, had epic battles? Fighters can come back from brutal losses. Yeah. Yes, of course. Porter thinks he has a chance at 154, so rematch. Yeah, Porter's a brilliant man. So Crawford turned it to Jeepers Creepers in round 2. That's facts. Jeepers Creepers. I like it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go on this ride? How you feel, bro? They need to put you on a show. You and Max Kellerman or something. LOL. Salute, Biz. Also, Bud had trouble making weight at 154. I know. You want to talk reality, or are y'all ready for this ride? Pause. Let me get one of those shirts. I'm a doctor. I'll be giving away the shirts soon. Make sure you add in the comments, you share, you like, you subscribe, right? And say that you've done those things. Say I've shared, liked, and subscribed this video. Y'all ready? No. Yes. Let's go. 100. Let's do it. Rematch at 154. Y'all ready? I'm only going to say this once. So when people start tripping later, refer to this part of this video. ShowBizz told you that he was about to get us hyped up for the rematch at 154. Y'all ready? We ready. All right. ShowBizz the Dope. I'm out. Huh.